Okay, so it's -5 in here, the frost is thick, it's a dark and stormy night, and we're going to take a look at one of my all-time favourite movies. Of all time. Ever. The thing was released in 1982 by Universal Studios to quite negative reviews, but thankfully it's gained a cult following ever since. I think the reason why I love this movie so much is because it's from my favourite director, John Carpenter, but it's also got my favourite actor, Kurt Russell, and at times he's wearing one of the most ridiculous hats in the history of filmmaking. Let's start off by saying that this was based on a novella that came out way back in 1938 called Who Goes There? Now the movie started off as a faithful adaptation of 1951's The Thing from Another World, which was also based on the novella Who Goes There? Why do I keep doing reviews on movies that are based on novellas? And while we're at it, what the hell is a novella? Okay, so the basic story is there's a team of scientists or researchers that are based at a remote outpost in Antarctica, which has got temperatures nearly as cold as Glasgow, by the way. I still don't know what they're actually researching there in the first place. Do they mention this in the movie? Have I maybe missed it? What else are they keeping from me? I want answers. As per usual, I don't want to give away too much of the story, but the team have an encounter with an alien that's capable of replicating any life form that it comes in contact with, and it wants to spread and survive.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
So it's a sci-fi horror, but it's also a little bit of a mystery, because the creature's loose amongst the men, who are now beginning to wonder just who is still human and who's the creature.
What the hell are you looking at me like that for?
There's too many cast members to go into great detail with, so I'll nail this bad boy quickly by saying I think the cast are a good mix of old and young. There's some familiar faces and some not so familiar faces, but the surprise addition to the awesome list of cast is the main dog in the movie.
Hi, doggy.
He's just got this glare that he does that I think's really weird and terrifying. As I mentioned previously, it's also got my favourite actor of all time. Now I'm sure this guy needs no introduction whatsoever, and it's easy for me to say that he's my favourite actor when I look at the list of movies that he's been in that I either like or love. He can play a good guy, a bad guy, a hero, or a complete moron. Interesting fact, the movie has got characters called Windows and Mac. Now this was in 1982, before the now major rival computer companies with the same names were even around. What do you think of them apples?
Applesauce, bitch.
And here's another strange one for you. There are no women in this movie. How the hell am I supposed to get my customary Sarah Douglas reference in? Back to the movie itself, I think the first thing that anyone that's seen the movie would compliment it on is the atmosphere. Now, I know it's set in the sub-zero temperatures of Antarctica, like -40, but it does a really good job at making you feel as if you've just fallen into a frozen lake with nothing but a pair of socks on. Heavy Baltic. Another major talking point is the soundtrack. It's really minimal, it's dark, foreboding, but what else would you expect for a John Carpenter score? Wait though, because believe it or not, it wasn't composed by John Carpenter. The soundtrack was actually composed by Ennio Morricone, and it really does have that sort of feel of isolation, anxiety.
It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
One more thing to mention about the audio is the sound that the creature makes in any of its forms. It just sounds to me like something from another world. Last but not least, let's talk about the creature effects. Okay, so the man we need to thank here for the totally awesome creature effects is a guy called Rob Bottin. Looks like Botan, pronounced Bottin. Funny name aside, this guy's a special effects master. But he actually learned from another special effects master, Rick Baker. Rob actually slept on the set for over a year because he was working day and night on all the special effects. When the movie was finished, he was treated for exhaustion.
Oh man! Wendy, I can fly!
I'm glad to say that all his hard work and effort paid off, because the creature effects in the movie are nothing short of brilliant. The effects used still hold up better than a lot of movies that have come out way after that time. The CGI Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns, for example. Okay, so let's wrap this thing up. See what I did there? If you like sci-fi movies and you haven't seen The Thing, I suggest you watch it. If you like John Carpenter movies and you haven't seen The Thing, I suggest you watch it. Watch The Thing. One more thing.
Alright, cut the bullshit!
There's also a prequel that came out in 2011. It's pretty good and worth a watch. As always, thanks for watching, guys.
Take care of yourself and each other.
And we're going to take a look at what 19,000 cars. TIE Fighter. Oh sorry, this is my Kurt Russell beard. But it's also got my favourite actor, Kurt Russell. The Thing was released in 1982 by Universal Studios. Damn my speech impedimenti. Let's start off by saying that this came out way back in 1938. No, it didn't. The novella came out in 1938. Any life form did it. So it's basically a sci-fi horror that's got a little bit of drama. The cast is a good mix of old and young. Sean?
Pet dick.
Before the now major computer rival with it. And about the audio is the sounds that come out of the cars as they drive by. That's okay.